Greetings to you all. Welcome to Class 9, Unit 3, Listening Passage, page 61. Listen to the paragraph and fill in the blanks. Old Man River. Listening input for fill in the blanks. The 2015 South Indian floods resulted from heavy rainfall generated by the annual northeast monsoon in November-December 2015. They affected the Coromandel Coast region of the South Indian states of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh and the Union Territory of Puducherry, with Tamil Nadu and the city of Chennai particularly hard hit. More than 500 people were killed and over 18 lakh people were displaced, with estimates of damages and losses ranging from nearly 200 billion rupees to over 1 trillion rupees. The floods were the costliest to have occurred in 2015 and were among the costliest natural disasters of the year. The flooding has been attributed to the 2014 to 2016 El Nino event. Children, now you have listened to the paragraph. Now shall we fill in the blanks? The dash South Indian floods resulted from heavy rainfall generated by the annual northeast monsoon in dash 2015. They affected the dash region of the South Indian states of dash and the Union Territory of dash, with Tamil Nadu and the city of dash particularly hard hit. More than dash people were killed and over 18 lakh people were dash, with estimates of damages and losses ranging from nearly 200 billion rupees to over 1 trillion rupees. The dash were the costliest to have occurred in 2015 and were among the costliest natural disasters of the year. The flooding has been attributed to the 2014 to 2016 dash. I hope you have all completed correctly. If not, listen to the passage again. Listening passage, page 78, G section. Listen to the passage about Nammalvar, an environmental crusader from Tamil Nadu. As you listen, answer the following questions. The listening act can be repeated if required. On killing a tree. Listen to the speech and complete the exercise that follow. Nammalvar was born in 1938 in Ilangadu, Tanjavur district, and he graduated from Annamalai University with a BSc degree in agriculture. In 1963, he began working for the Agricultural Regional Research Station, a government organization in Kovilpatti, as a scientist, conducting trials on spacing and use of various chemical fertilizers in cotton and millet crops. During his tenure there, the government had conducted various experiments in rain-fed land using expensive inputs like hybrid seeds, chemical fertilizers, and chemical pesticides, which Nammalvar considered futile as the farmers were resource poor. Based on his experience, he felt very strongly that it was imperative to totally reorient the research work being undertaken. But his peers at the institute paid little attention to his advice. Frustrated, he left the institute in 1969. For the next 10 years, he was an agronomist for Island of Peace, an organization founded by the Nobel laureate Dominic Payer. His focus was on improving the standard of living through agricultural development. in Kalakkad block of Tirunelveli district, Tamil Nadu. It was at this time that he realized that to get optimal results in farming, farmers should rely only minimally on external inputs. All inputs should come from within the farm. So-called waste should be recycled and used as input. This revelation was a turning point in his life. He completely lost trust in conventional farming practices and began experimenting with sustainable agricultural methods. Vegetables have a short lifespan compared to fruit crops. By making use of modern technologies and inputs, their lifespan can perhaps be extended to say about a year. But if there is a simple method of growing vegetables throughout the year without any costly gadgets, modern technologies, or costly inputs, it is definitely worth a try for the farmers. He advocated the bread sandwich method. In this method, once the soil is made ready and the suggested practices followed, one need not work on the soil for the second time. They can go on sowing and reaping all through the year. He always said it was no use trying to teach a farmer. Instead, one should make the farmer understand the issue. He never stopped learning from them himself and had become a vast repository of farming practices and knowledge that he shared with whoever was interested. He never pushed ideas down anyone's throat. Each farm is unique. According to the farmer's understanding and the conditions, Nammalvar would say, he would keep experimenting with what he learned from the farmers, refined this knowledge, and then gave it back to them. He often said, farming is not a way of producing crops to make money. It is a way of living, and a way of living that is possible even in the 21st century. He trained hundreds of farm youths as trainers and helped many farmers to be master trainers. All this without the support of the government. Now, children, you have listened to the passage about Nammalvar, an environmental crusader from Tamil Nadu. Now, are you ready to write the question and answer? Who is Nammalvar? What is his contribution to farmers and farming? Question 2. In 1963, he worked for dash as dash. Question 3. What was the turning point in the life of Nammalvar? Question 4. How is the bread sandwich method a boon to the farmers? Question 5. Pick out ideas from the passage to show that he learned first and then shared with farmers. Question 6. Explain in your own words the meaning of farming. Dash even in the 21st century. 7th. Give the synonyms of rely and sustainable. Question 8. He never pushed ideas down anyone's throat means option A, favored, option B, compelled, option C, opposed. Now reading passage, page 63, scaling heights. Mountains have a great fascination for men and people. Mountain climbing, however, is not without risks. It is a challenge to the unconquerable spirit of man and his love of adventure. That it is a dangerous sport cannot be denied. As one climbs higher and higher, breathing becomes more and more difficult. Some climbers therefore carry a heavy apparatus from which they inhale oxygen. Mountain climbing is dangerous in the extreme. There are snowstorms and blizzards. It is difficult to walk through the snow. It is still more difficult to climb on ice because it is difficult to keep foothold and cut steps with axes. In order to make progress, the cold is so severe that the climber's skin, feet, toes, fingers, and tissues freeze, become numb, and they may suffer frostbite. The most serious difficulty is the climber at a high altitude gets exhausted with a little effort. Mountain climbing requires proper training, skill, and knowledge. The climbers must be well equipped. They must be in good physical condition and should possess courage, perseverance, and power of endurance. They should carry with them maps, compass, and other equipment so that they are able to find out where they are in the absence of any tracks. They must travel through dense woods as they approach a mountain and then climb steep rocks. Near the summit of a high peak, the climbers have to move over snowfields and glaciers. In dangerous areas, they use ropes to tie themselves in groups. The climbers carry with them packs loaded with first aid supplies, food, and extra clothing for sudden changes of weather. They display spirit of sportsmanship and fellow feeling and face the severe risk of life undaunted. Mountain climbing is a common sport in Europe. There are mountaineering clubs where training in mountaineering is imparted. There are high peaks in India, and there have been successful expeditions to scale these highest peaks. After the conquest of the Mount Everest by Tenzing and Hillary in 1953, the Mountaineering Institute at Darjeeling was established to develop interest in mountain climbing among the Indians. Expeditions have been sent to climb the highest peaks in the country. Mountain climbing is a thrilling adventure. It brings into play the heroic qualities of humankind. Mountaineers deserve all praise for their courage and heroism. In recent years, Mount Everest has been scaled several times by foreign climbers. India too has organized several expeditions to Everest. Lately, an Indian Sherpa scaled the Everest without the use of oxygen. Mrs. Bachendri Pal also succeeded in scaling the Everest. She is the first Indian woman to do it. Reading, page 81. Advice from a tree. Dear friend, stand tall and proud. Sink your roots deeply into the earth. Reflect the light of a greater source. Think long term. Go out on a limb. Remember your place among all living beings. Embrace with joy the changing seasons, for each yields its own abundance. The energy and birth of spring, the growth and contentment of summer, the wisdom to let go of leaves in the fall, the rest and quiet renewal of winter. Feel the wind and the sun and delight in their presence. Look up at the moon that shines down upon you and the mystery of the stars at night. Seek nourishment from the good things in life, simple pleasures, earth, fresh air, light. Be content with your natural beauty. Drink plenty of water. Let your limbs sway and dance in the breezes. Be flexible. Remember your roots. Enjoy the view. Written by Ian Shamir. Hearty thanks to all the subscribers and viewers. I owe a lot to you.